Well, our next guest has been one of the most outspoken governors in the country and has been one of the few Republicans who encouraged President Biden to go big on the next round of stimulus.
That's Governor Justice arguing at a recent press conference that the survival of his state literally depends on it.
West Virginia, the only state in the nation that has lost population, the only state that continues to lose and lose and lose and lose more population. Now, if you want to turn into a state park in West Virginia, and you want to always know that Aunt Edith can't have a picnic on, this coming Sunday, but if you want opportunity in West Virginia to raise wages, to absolutely see your home values go up, to absolutely see people moving into West Virginia and bringing jobs and bringing opportunity, this is what we got to do.
West Virginia Governor Jim Justice joining us live now. Governor, good to see you. Thanks so much for coming on. I got a few questions for you here on National Report. I know that this COVID bill has caused a big rift, if you will, between you and one of your U.S. state or Senate representatives, rather, Joe Manchin, Senator Manchin. In fact, at your town hall this week, I know you criticized Senator Manchin for allowing a provision in the COVID-19 stimulus bill that you say it makes it more difficult for you to deliver promised tax cuts to your states. I believe you called Manchin's decision terrible, accusing him of selling his influence and hurting West Virginians. So I'm curious, have you spoken personally to Senator Manchin about any of this? And what was said? Where are you today?
No, I have not, Shaun, and I appreciate you guys having me on, but I just want to say this. How did this get into the bill? This got into the bill, and Joe Manchin, we've got all kinds of texts where he's texting our representatives here and taking full responsibility for putting this in the bill. Why is it in the bill? It's in a bill for Joe Manchin to hit back at me. It is nothing other than just trivial political garbage. And with all of that, this can hurt the people of West Virginia substantially. It can hurt this state and hurt our entire nation. Now just think about this, Shaun. 31 of our states have Republican leadership in the House and the Senate. 185 million of our people across the land. And yet this action is trying to achieve something that they couldn't achieve at the ballot box in 2020. Unprecedented federalism is what we're trying to do here. If states are run well and they can do things to help their people with tax cuts and things like that. Now, I don't think we ought to take COVID dollars and absolutely make them a tax cut. But for God's sakes, a living, I do not understand why Joe Manchin purposely, childlessly is trying to continue to hit back at me. For all practical purposes, I ran against him in the gubernatorial race that we just had. There was a guy that they put in his place, his name was Salango, and at the end of the day, I won every single county in this state. Joe Manchin has so much egg on his face, and he's still trying to hit at me, and it really hurting West Virginians, and that's not any good.
Clearly, you make it seem like this is a personal, you've got some stake in the game here. Of course, you're saying on behalf of West Virginians out there that this should be not included here, but you're unique in the fact that you're one of few Republicans to actually support this stimulus bill overall, perhaps not that Manchin provision here. But many critics have pointed out that so much of the money from the previous stimulus bill has not been spent. Only about 9% of this bill addresses coronavirus relief specifically. What do you say to those GOP lawmakers who are voting against the bill today?
Well, let me just say this, and I'm on record as saying this, that I think we should go big or not go. But I've also been very, very clear, bailing out pension plans and doing things within this bill, because I couldn't see the bill. I could not see the bill until we got the bill. Doing things that are just absolutely things, pet projects, bailing out pension plans, not using the money for real COVID relief and everything where people are really out there really hurting. We got a bunch of people in this country that are still really hurting and a lot of small businesses. I have never seen a situation being a business guy where you could cut your way out of a problem. You know, you had to grow your way out of a problem. And in most situations, when you budget dollars, it takes more. And undercapitalization is why small businesses fail all the time. And in this situation, that's why I said we'd rather go big or not go at all. But from the standpoint of going big in areas where we're just throwing money at things to build a bigger federal government and bigger pension plans and all that kind of stuff, I'm not in favor of that.
But Governor, what do you, if I can get your clarification, what do you mean by go big? Earlier in the interview, you said West Virginia has lost population, and you've seen that through the pandemic. What do you mean go big? Are you saying the $1,400 stimulus check isn't enough? Are you saying that West Virginia isn't getting enough money? Clarify that for me.
No. What I was referring to there when we were talking about, you know, West Virginia and everything and losing population, what I'm trying to get through right now is the elimination of our personal income tax in the state of West Virginia. West Virginia has lost population since 1950, when really and truly our country has doubled in size. And so we have done lots and lots of good things in West Virginia, but we absolutely are positioned economically and from the standpoint of where we're located that this would be a tremendous move for West Virginia, and this is what we need to do and do now. From the standpoint of the stimulus package, on the other hand, what I'm referring to is just the common sense of what I've been through being a businessman all my life. And that is just truly this. We have either undersized the stimulus. You know, if you go back to the president, our president was wanting a $1.8 or $1.9 trillion deal, and we ended up with a little less than $1 trillion deal, so we were undersized from President Trump. Now, but what I'm saying from my experience is just this. If we today in this nation threw away a few dollars, now that doesn't mean fund pension plans. It does not mean fund pet projects. But if we threw away a few dollars to make sure that we got our small businesses upright, we got our people that had by no fault of their own and everything were really, really hurting, you know, I would be absolutely in favor of going bigger than smaller, and that's what I'm saying.
When we talk about states with no income tax, Florida and Texas come to mind. And of course, those states are now seeing a surge in people flocking to those states because they are open for business. And then, of course, you get that incentive there with no state income tax. But, you know, those states, what's also in common with them is they've lifted their mask mandates, essentially, in Texas. We're showing a map on your screen right now. And West Virginia is not one of those. In fact, you've been pretty firm in keeping these mask mandates in place. Tell me about your decision to do so when, again, you see these other states opening up for business and you see people headed to them as well.
Well, Emma, let me just say this. You know, I'm not a politician, and I don't do anything, you know, from a grandstanding standpoint. I listen to the experts, and all of our experts in West Virginia say, you know, I can't stand these masks. I mean, I can't stand them either, you know, but all of our experts that are around me, the medical team that I've had that have led West Virginia to be first in the nation and first in the nation over and over and over. I mean, all of them are saying to me, it's too early in our state to lift that mandate right now. I would say to everybody, you know, one robin doesn't make spring, and in West Virginia, we're really close, but you've got to remember, West Virginia, the third oldest state in the country and the most chronic illnesses, and is located without an ocean to protect it, within a rock's throw of 2/3 of the population of this country. West Virginia has led the way. We just got to hold on just a little bit longer, but other than that, West Virginia is wide open, opened up and everything. We never really closed. That's why our economic stayed halfway good. You know, because we kept all of our essentials a great big wide, you know, span and everything, and that's why we've stayed in good shape.
I want to ask you about this before we go. President Biden's approval rating just this morning, CNN giving him an overall approval rating of 51%. There it is on your screen. Now, other polls have given him a higher number than that. Governor, how would you rate the job he's doing so far and compare that to the job of former President Trump when he was in office?
Well, you got to understand, you know, I'm going to be respectful to President Biden because he's the President of the United States. I loved President Trump. I loved his family. and we were really close. You know, he had so many challenges and so many people beating on him from all kinds of different directions, and it was a shame. Now, you know I would tell Donald this if he was sitting right here. You know, there's times when Donald can get out over his skis and everything, but I want to tell you just this. It was an amazing work that he did, and I could not be more proud. You know, from the standpoint of President Biden, I wish him the very, very best, but at the same time, and I'll work with him, and I'll be super respectful of the presidency and in every way. But there's no way that any of us can take away what President Trump did for this nation in so many ways. And every single day that we go by, and the death tolls are going down, and all the good stuff that's happening and everything in regard to having a vaccine, somebody better step up and say, thank you, Donald Trump, because without him doing what he did, we would have devastating numbers upon devastating numbers right now. He stepped up and saved us in many ways.
The 51% approval rating, again, that includes immigration and what's happening at the border. I know you're not anywhere near that, but there is a crisis at the border. Do you agree with that? Are you concerned with that? About 15 seconds for you.
You better be concerned with it, and President Biden better be concerned with a lot of things that he's doing, and he really better amp his game up or these numbers are going to tumble on him.
All right, I'll leave it right there. Governor Jim Justice, West Virginia, good to see you. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks. Hi, Emma Rechenberg here. If you like this video, there's a whole lot more to see on Newsmax TV. You can watch for free right here on our YouTube live stream and be the first one here each time our experts break down real news. Just hit that subscribe button, ring the bell icon, and stay with us on America's fastest growing cable news channel, Newsmax TV.